Welcome to the Working Man Committee Podcast. I am your host, Brandon T. When I say working man, like I always say, we're not talking about just men. We're not politically correct here. It's men, women, whoever out here getting it. And with that being said, let's get it. So, let me ask you a question, working man. If you were managing a campaign, think about it, right? You're managing the campaign of anything, whatever it is. You go to school, your school board, you know what I'm saying? Your city council, even your homeowners association, you know what I'm saying? And if the person you support is going against another person, and they trying to figure out who on the other side. But there's one particular person who's like, I can beat them. I know my guy can beat that guy, and so forth. Wouldn't you want that guy that you know you can beat to be the person running against your guy? Right? And the reason I say that way is this reason. So, if you watch any of the Sunday shows or even pay attention in the political news, then you will see everywhere on both sides say the same thing. And that would be Donald Trump, Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump. The only Republican that would lose to Joe Biden would be Donald Trump. So if you had that news as Joe Biden's political advisor, or anybody on the Democrat side of the aisle, you would think that I need Donald Trump on that ticket at all costs, because that's the easiest way. But it seems that ain't the case in a lot of ways. And what I mean by that is, so let's look at what's happening here. So far, the Justice Department has indicted Trump 4 times this year on hush money payments to Stormy, mishandling of classified documents, seeking to steal the 2020 election, and some state charges for RICO in Georgia. Now you think that if I was the political advisor of Biden, and I'm like, I'm like I said, political advisor, not even a political advisor. If I was in the administration somewhere and I'm like, we run this thing, but I don't know what's going on, and we're gonna push this Green New Deal. We trying to get everything done. I would go to Biden. Biden, say your name. Screw your name right here, Grandpa. What's that for? Don't you worry about it. Don't worry about it. Screw your name right there. That'd be a pardon on everything. Cause I need Biden. I need Trump. I need you to run against Trump so we can have a good 4 years. If I was on the Democrat side, I'd do that. But crazy thing is, somehow, some way, that this message has also been said on the Republican side. The only candidate that could lose to Biden is Trump. The Republican side. Now, I'm trying to understand that. Because the reason I'm having a hard time understanding it is because of this here. Let's see. Let's say a new poll conducted by the Wall Street Journal shows among Republican voters, 59% say Trump will be their first choice if a GOP primary was happening today. 59%. More than half. Say they vote for Trump. Yeah. Wow. And then if we go back to April, Trump had a commanding 48% support to earn a GOP nomination. Let's think about that. So Biden can only beat Trump. But Trump is beating the field by 48, was 48, but and going up to 59%. Now, how they determine, now, if you see that right there, that number right there, and see that Trump is running, Republicans is running away with all of it, how can the Republicans say what they say when they ain't got nobody that can beat him? And then why, like I said, why the Democrats ain't making sure Trump's in there if they could beat that 59% of Republicans? Yeah. But check this out, though. Well, on these indictments, though, let's try another poll. But over 60% of the poll respondents in the Wall Street Journal say that they saw Trump's indictment as political. 78% responded and believe that Trump conducted and attempted to overthrow. 78% say, hey, that he conducted and attempted to overthrow the 2020 election were illegal. So 78% said, hey, he didn't break any laws and what he was trying to do back in 2020. Compared to 16% who thought Trump was illegal. So 78% said everything Trump did after the 2020 election results came in and so forth were legal. 78%. And only 16 was like, man, you know what? You can't say what you want to do out loud. Let's think about that. 78%. That's a high number. Remember, let's put this in. 16. That's such a small number of people that look over there. It was like, made a phone call. He said, let's recount these ballots. See, like I said, the 16 are the ones that don't think it's fair. But 78 do. Like these close elections get runoffs in the states. Like I said, but somehow asking for the same thing in the presidential election level is a crime. But let's focus on Georgia. There was a runoff election. There was a recount and a runoff election in Georgia because the numbers were too close. They had to verify over what. But somehow, some way, on a presidential level of that ticket, you cannot do that because it's a crime. Yep. But anyway, it is what it is. So check this out. In a hypothetical heads up in a general election rematch between Trump and Biden, the two candidates tied at 46% with a 8% of respondents undecided. So that sloppy 8 in the middle is going to decide what's happening. That's why they're saying it so close. The results suggest that Trump's legal woes and a Trump-Biden rematch could be a factor. Yep. But like I said, let's look at the other candidate. The next biggest candidate was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. DeSantis. Okay, who was considered the strongest rival to Trump, but he's only polling at 13% in the GOP primaries for the Wall Street Journal. And he's, like I said, he's 46 points behind Trump. But like I said, Ron, he trying to figure out what to do with his campaign. He's hitting reboot on him. He's shift off delete trying to reboot right now. And trying to figure out what he's going to do. And then, like I said, Nikki Haley, she's right there on Ron. But she's behind Ron by 8 points. And like I said, and she's beating the rest of them. And Vic Happy to do on the GOP side. Vic and Chris Christie is 5%, and everybody else is at 3%, including the vice president at 3. Oh, old vice president. You know what I'm saying? He got in the mic. He got in front of the mic too many times. Disavowed Trump too many times. I think that's what's going on in his campaign earlier. But like I said, though, the Trump Biden rematch looks like it's happening, unless Jack Smith finds some more charges. I'm pretty sure Jack Smith was like, he probably looking at that when Trump went to Georgia and turned himself in. Probably like, you know what? The motorcade was driving too fast. I bet you we can, you know what I'm saying, give everybody a ticket, federal level. Indict everybody for speeding. But anyway, like I said, this has been a Working Man Committee podcast. I am your host, Brandon T. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace.